Hey guys, so in just a second I'm going to start my weekly haul video like I usually do, and I'll introduce myself properly then and all that kind of stuff, but I forgot to show you guys this in the actual video, so I'm going to throw this on the beginning and just let you see what I actually found today. So I picked this up for $30 today, which is a steal if you ask me. It is an antique sewing machine table. You can see there with this is iron legs, and it's a pedal motion which still works. I need to childproof this for sure. Absolutely beautiful ornate drawers and hardware, which were actually full of things like the original manual from 1926, and then inside, I won't get it all out, but I will kind of show you, if I can let you see, the original sewing machine is still in there, with the belt which has broken, but I have a feeling that it wouldn't be the hardest thing to restore in the world if I knew what I was doing. Anyway, my point is this: it was $30. They wanted $50. I asked if they would take any more because at the end of the day, I worked real hard to get it in my teeny tiny car, and this is going to be our new entryway table in our home because this is stunning and my absolute find for the day. All right, anyway, time to crack on and show you what all I got from my weekly haul video. Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I have my weekly haul video for you guys from yard sales and a couple of estate sales. It was a little bit of slim pickings today actually. You can see I got a lot of clothing items and a lot of those were from the same place. But what I'll do is I'll just kind of jump in and show you everything. And I'll try and remember to let you know like how much I paid for it, which platform I'll be listing it on, and approximately how much I'm hoping to list it for. Okay, so let's kind of dive in. So I'll start back here with some of these sweaters. I got two big piles of sweaters, actually a total of 9 from one place. It was a very small estate sale. They were still clearing out some of their mother's stuff that she had passed, unfortunately. And this woman had crazy cool style. Anyway, each of the sweaters was $2 a piece, which I think is fair simply because I sell them pretty quickly, usually a pretty good turnover, especially this time of year, this sweater weather time of year, for $20 a piece, and that's on Etsy. I usually sell them. So I paid $18 total for the 9 sweaters, and hopefully if I manage to sell them all for that $20 price mark each, I'll be netting around $180 from these sweaters. All right, so let me go ahead and jump in here. So this is the first one. This is really interesting. It's got this like kind of crushed velvet stripe happening here. Made in Taiwan. This is kind of like a short sleeve sweater. Very nice. This one, crazy cool 80s design. You can probably see there a lot of like appliques. This is almost like a faux leather thing happening here. Plenty of beading, all of which seems to be intact still. This hot pink. That's a long sleeve sweater, like oh no, I'm sorry, it's a short sleeve sweater. And I would call that perhaps a medium knit. This one, somewhat like the other one, apart from long sleeve and baby pink, with a little bit of silver happening in there too. I don't know, this is a Jacqueline Smith, so that's a fairly well-known name, but you know, I'm taking a little bit of leap of faith on some of these. A lot of the sweaters that I've sold already on Etsy are kind of like the granddad sweaters, so they're more male-oriented, but I sell them to women most of the time. But I figured I'm going to go ahead and experiment and see how these do. You just never know. This one's kind of cool. Again, just these really nice, like sort of thick knits happening here. Nice long sleeves, very, very cozy for fall going into winter as the months start to get a little bit chilly. This is Weathered Blues is the brand. None of these are like particularly well-known brands or anything. They're just nice sweaters as far as I could tell, and in fairly good shape. Look at this. Look at that. That's amazing. And this almost has some of the crushed velvet happening in here too, although it's a different brand. There you go, zoom out, let you have a whole look at that. But some really pretty colours happening there. And then this one does actually have a mark here, which I'm going to have to work on and get it through the wash. This is Hollywood and Vine. All of these are made in either like Korea or Japan, a couple in the USA. But this is very pretty. This definitely struck me as being somewhat Christmassy as a vintage sweater, so I'll definitely be using that in my keywords. This one is obviously my absolute favourite because, oh my days, whoever thought of designing this? Genius. So it's short sleeve, complete with elbow pads, which thank goodness they're removable because I don't find those to be a particularly wonderful selling point, I'm not going to lie. But yes, a knitted toucan sweater, short sleeve, obviously. I thought that one was fantastic. I do like this pattern. I thought this was kind of cool as well. Definitely like 80s, going into early 90s. Very cool. Should have no problem selling that. This one's one of my personal favorites. I don't think I'll have any problem with this either. Very cool. And this is a long sleeve as well. This almost has a, oh my goodness, what is it called? I can't think of the word now. Almost like a Nordic kind of look to it, like you would get with like the snowflakes and reindeer and stuff stitched in, but it's not. It's flowers. And then this is the final one that I picked up for the $2 a piece. And this one almost has like a lightning thing happen. It's very, very cool. Would you call this geometric? I'm not sure, but definitely going to be using some keywords in there like hipster, indie, granddad sweater, cozy sweater, fall sweater, all kinds of different things. And like I said, I usually move these pretty quickly, so I'll be putting $20 on each of them and we'll see what happens. All right. And then from that same, let me move all these sweaters out of the way. From this same place, I got several pairs of shoes. So the first ones I picked up were for $2, and it's these bad boys. I'm not particularly familiar with the brand, Daniel Green Sports, but they just had, there's actually two pairs like this, but they have this like gold tone rubber thing. I don't know, I thought they were kind of cool. Definitely vintage, definitely retro, so I should have no problem with those on Etsy either, and I'll probably shoot for around the $40 mark. Actually, we'll just, you know, I'll do a little bit of research and stuff, but anyone who watched my sales video last week will see that I sold those green velvet Keds that I picked up from a church rummage sale. I paid 20 cents for them, I think, and I sold them for, I took a best offer of 40 in the end. But funnily enough, I've had people contacting me this week on Etsy asking me if I still have them. I sold them on eBay. So that kind of like the women's pumps, like lace-ups and stuff, are definitely a popular style right now. So hopefully that's going to slot right in with that. I picked up these boots just because they struck me as pretty cool fall boots. There's like really nice plum colour. They are just rubber soles, but the soles are in really, really, really good shape. And I picked them up because the label intrigued me, honestly. You can see in there, Union Made in USA. So, I don't even see a brand. I might be blind, but I don't see a brand. But I've still got keywords there with Union Made, and I definitely think this is the right time of year to start selling that kind of boot. So, and then finally, I picked up these old Nike, again, like women's pumps kind of thing. See all the swoosh signs in there, and on the side as well, the Nike swoosh sign. It's kind of like a pale baby powder blue. They have a few marks on them, like around the back and stuff, but more like age marks than anything else, and the treads are still in really good nick as well. So what I'll do is I'll give them a clean up as best I can, probably by hand. And again, I'm probably looking around the $50 mark, 40 to 50. I'm going to shoot for 50 probably, if I'm being real, on both Etsy and eBay cross-posting. Okay, and then a slightly different estate sale I went to. I found just a couple of older Nike pieces. So I found this Nike Air snapback hat. This is a dead giveaway. The label here that it's probably from late 80s, early 90s. I'm going to have to do some comparison on just the color combination there, the black with the red swoosh, but definitely would be fine to put up on Etsy as a vintage Nike piece. And then this piece as well. This is just a thin windbreaker. You can see the tag here. I paid $2 for this, and I paid $1 for this. I'm probably going to shoot around $35. That's what I sold my last vintage like 90s Nike windbreaker for, although that one was plain grey, and this one has some really cool color block. And then if anyone grew up in the 90s like I did, this like zippy pocket at the front here was it was the raging style. It was amazing. So, woo, very good, very retro. And then this, I'm not sure, probably around $25. We'll see. And these will probably both be Etsy and eBay. I'll try and cross-post those. I got a couple of, well, I got this bad boy. Check it out. Ugly Christmas sweater vest with very odd-looking Rudolph's aplenty. I don't know. But look at this stitching. Oh my. Anyway, here's the label. Made in India, it says. The last ugly sweater Christmas thing that I sold was on eBay, and it was about $30. And I'd probably shoot for around that with this as well, depending. It is sort of unusually hideous. No offense to the person I bought it from, but you know, it's special, right? So I may and maybe a little bit higher. We'll see. It is the season. And then I picked this up. I know absolutely nothing about this. This is the label. It says made in Thailand, but the brand is Passion USA. It's still new with tags. It's never been worn. It has shoulder pads, so that dates it a little bit for you. And what it is a short sleeve shoulder padded shirt, which I imagine is for a woman with the shoulder pads, but it's got these like Las Vegas embroidery design thing happening here. I just thought this was really cool. So this is going to go on Etsy and eBay as well, and I have no idea what I'm going to price this at. I will look it up. I am preparing myself to find nothing like it online. That's a pretty old school label as well, I think. But yeah, I paid $1 for this, and I paid $1 for the reindeer sweater as well. So, you know, you can't go wrong for $1. I'll definitely be turning a profit on those. Okay. I picked this up at a little estate sale. Well, no, I'm sorry, it was a yard sale, but they were antique dealers and they were selling everything off. They had marked this at $5. What it is just like a drawstring bag. I guess where they would store corn. I'm not too sure. You see Mountaindale, Texas. But very cool. They were asking $5 for this. Has a very neat logo stamped on the back. A little bit of wear down here. I asked them what they would take for it. They said they'd take $3. And I said yes, simply because I think I can sell it well on Etsy. I never sold these before. I think I could probably sell it on eBay as well. But I'm also on the edge of thinking if I can work it into some kind of craft project for me, because I think it's really cool. I may not. I may just sell it. But $3 for that, which is something unusual, and I'm going to learn something from it. So I'm more than happy to pay for that learning curve, pretty much. I picked these sunglasses up for $3. They have no brand on them. They are simply made, marked Korea in here. These are from an estate sale. Definitely an older style and very, very well made. They are prescription as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say that these are pretty well vintage and a pretty decent pair of sunglasses. They'll go on Etsy. And then another pair of sunglasses here. We've got this kind of classic 80s shape here. They are prescription as well. You can see some of the engraving detail on the bridge piece there. And then inside, I cannot find any brand simply because it's all worn away over time, but they are marked made in France down there. So, and I paid 25 cents for those. So more than happy. And they came with a glasses case, which is always useful for shipping. Okay, let me have a look here. I'm going to hop over here real quick and just say I got this massive box. I mean, absolutely huge, at an estate sale of wooden clothes pegs for $2. And I'm going to sell them as a craft supply on, definitely on eBay. I may list on Etsy, but honestly, eBay is where I sell things like crayons for people to melt down or clothes pegs. I know a lot of people do like Scrabble tiles and stuff. I personally haven't done that before, but I figured for $2 I can definitely turn a profit. There's a good couple of pounds of wooden pegs in here for crafters. Okay, and the last couple of things, just a couple of vintage children's books, which I like to grab. I like to grab these I can read books from the 60s and lot them together. I have quite a few already scrolled away, so I'll probably do a little lot of those, and I'll go Etsy and eBay as well. And then these I just thought were really beautiful. They're all from the sort of 40s and 50s, and they're in good shape. You know, they've got some marks and a couple of little pen marks here and there, but overall, really, really, really nice shape. Really beautiful. So I've got this one. One is good, but two are better, and paid 25 cents for this. I want to pay 25 cents each for these ones. This one was 75 cents. A doll for Marie. Very cool illustrations again. And then this is the last one, and perfect for this time of year. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree with amazing illustrations there. And this was 75 cents as well. And this one, I believe, is from the very early 50s. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I have a thing for vintage children's books. And they sell steadily for me, probably around the like $7.95, $8.95 mark. Or at a push, $12.95 when there's something that's fairly collectible. But you know, for like 25 cents or 75 cents here and there, and you can turn it into $8 or $9. And they're easy to list, easy to photograph, really easy to ship. It's a pretty good no-brainer for me. And they are always going on Etsy. I don't bother with eBay with those. Etsy is what I do that for. And then last but not least, I paid 50 cents for this. It is a Vols seat cushion, which I'm told is from the early 90s. There's a little bit of damage here and there, but it was 50 cents. And I have, I think, sold out of Vols stuff now in my Etsy shop. I had all kinds of vintage Tennessee Vols stuff, and as the season picked up and as we're, you know, kicking butt, which is awesome, everything's selling. Everything is selling out in my store. So I didn't find any vintage clothing this week, but I did find this seat cushion. So, you know, even with the damage, I'm going to try it, and maybe like 10 to 15 bucks. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. All right. And that is basically everything that I picked up today. So a lot of kind of clothing items and some smalls and randoms and things like that. But, you know, a lot of that stuff is what adds up for me and gives me a fairly decent profit at the end of the week. So I'm happy enough. Okay, awesome. Well, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any opinions or comments on some of the stuff that I picked up. And give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll be back tomorrow with my sales video. All right, guys, have an amazing weekend. Bye.